Welcome back to 10 Things on Catchmark Learning. Today we have Billy Mann giving us 10 tips on getting that perfect live stream.
Hi, I'm Billy Mann, a media specialist with Catchmark Technologies, and I'm here to give you 10 tips for an amazing live stream. Tip 1 is a very simple yet very important tip, and that's to make sure that you have a checklist together with all the equipment that you're going to need for a stream. Because once you get to the location, you're not going to necessarily be able to get back to your home base to grab some things. And when you're doing a live production, things can go wrong. So you're going to want to make sure that you have every possible tool to make the situation go as smoothly as possible. Tip 2. Always make sure to keep a level head. This kind of feeds back into tip 1 to make sure you're always prepared with a checklist, because I always say that with live production, it very heavily has influence from a thing called Murphy's Law, and that's anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And you want to make sure that you keep a level head, because when things do go wrong, it's going to be important that you have the ability to anticipate problems and come up with solutions on the fly. And if you don't keep a level head about you, you could get very agitated, and that will affect the final product of the stream. So when something does go wrong, you just need to take a step back, think, figure out and problem solve the solution, and then go forward and execute. And as long as you do that, even if you do have mistakes, you will come out successful on the other side. Tip 3. Always ensure that you have good lighting. I've had issues in the past where I haven't necessarily had the best lighting, and if you don't have good lighting, your final product and what the viewers see will not be to their expectations. So a good tip is to always be prepared with essential lighting needed to get the shot that you want to make it look good. Tip 4. Camera angles and shot composition. Shot composition is incredibly important when producing videos, and the same can be said for live broadcasting and streaming. Having a key shot is essential for the viewers to get kind of lost in what they're watching. And when you have a good shot, it's very much noticed on the end of the broadcast. And we're going to show you some examples here of some of the things that we've produced that have had great shots. And when you do get those shots, people are entertained and they want to keep coming back to watch your streams. Number 5, I think, is probably the biggest tip or the biggest example of something that is essential for producing a live stream, and that is to have good audio. You can get away with having not subpar but not perfect video or shot. What you can't get away with is having audio that has imperfections or does not sound good, because that's kind of what a viewer is trained subconsciously is hearing. And if the stream doesn't have good sound, it doesn't matter how good it looks, it will come across as a bad or poorly produced stream. Number 6 is cameras. You can get confused with the amount of cameras that you can purchase and buy. Unless you have the right setup to use certain cameras, I wouldn't use them. Blackmagic makes an amazing 6K cinema camera. Unless you have an A10 Pro that has built-in DaVinci Resolve, the lighting and the raw footage from the 6K camera is not going to come across well on a stream. There are amazing products, Switcher Studio, Sling Hub, others that allow you to use cell phones. And the way that technology and streaming has come, this is actually a pretty key and essential thing that will actually help you be able to produce some amazing streams without that much equipment. You could take just an iPad, like with Switcher Studio, you could take just an iPad and a couple of iPhones with you and have a multi-camera stream up in a matter of minutes with high quality HD footage that looks pretty professional. Number 7, graphics and overlays. Graphics can always add something to your event. It kind of ups the production value in a sense. It is a key to have that next level of stream broadcast. And one that I like to use is Sweet CG. It has some built-in features for football and soccer and other high school sports, as well as graduations and some customization that allows you to have some really cool professional-looking graphics overlays that aren't that difficult to produce and maintain. You can go all the way up with your skill level to using After Effects or other things like that. OBS also has some web interfaced graphics that you can use and basically stream the graphic to a web browser and pull that feed into your stream to use. Number 8, choosing the correct production or hub. There are a lot of choices out there and there are a lot of cool features. One that I like and one that I would suggest is either a Sling Hub or OBS Studio, depending on the level of production that you would like to produce. Sling Hub is a super simple product. You're able to set the hub up. It acts as a wireless router connecting with either cell phones or using a camera link to wirelessly transmit your higher level cameras into the hub as well. You can have 4 live feeds going at the same time that you then use to switch with your iPad to do live editing. You also bring in your graphics overlay with it, and you kind of have a whole broadcast van right in the palm of your hands with the hub. OBS is also a great resource if you have a more powerful stream computer. I know a lot of people use it for Twitch and live stream with gaming, but it can actually add a whole nother level with transitions and overlays to your sports live productions as well. Tip number 9 is probably the most important tip of all, and that's to have good planning and organization with your streams. Putting dates and times down, getting things in situated with your announcers and your production team is essential, that everybody is on the same boat and kind of in the same understanding when they show up, what their key roles and duties will be. Having a plan in place will help you identify problems that you may encounter out in the field and allow you to kind of come to an understanding on how to deal with that before the situation happens at hand. Like I said before, it's Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and it probably still will happen. But if you have your plan and your ideas in place, it's easier for you to, on the fly, come up with your solution to make sure that everything runs smooth. Number 10, tips for live edit. Depending on how many camera angles or graphics overlays you have, live editing is super important, and having a good concept on how to maneuver and switch between angles is imperative to have a good broadcast. Don't sweat the little things and pay attention closely to what's needed at hand. Smooth transitions are always welcome, and remember, more is less when it comes to your live editing. Switching quickly back and forth could lead to some of the viewers getting dizzy or not really seeing what's going on or having an understanding of what they're watching. So just remember to be tactful in how you produce your live streams and when you cut and what you need to cut to, and you'll always get the best shot and have one killer live stream.
Those were Billy Mann's 10 tips to help you get the perfect live stream. Did you enjoy our list? Have any questions? If so, drop a like and leave a comment, and be sure to subscribe. I'm your host, Jesse King, and this has been 10 Things on Catchmark Learning. Hope you enjoyed and have a nice one.